Hey y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Jacqueline and this is Low Carblish. If you're new here, this is a channel where we make low carb versions of our favorite high carb foods, try to reverse our type 2 diabetes and keep our blood sugars in check. For all the regular family, hi guys, we are back and we've got a little story to tell you where we've been. We were going to make a video 3 weeks ago about butter pickles, and we're making that video today. But the day that I was going to make it 3 weeks ago, this one jumped off the bed, hurt her foot, and was limping for 3 days. So I had to take her, make sure nothing was broken, take care of her. So she recovered. The next Tuesday we were going to make the video. This one had gone out of town on a business trip, and she fell while she was on her trip. And she busted up her arm and her elbow. Was it your ankle or your foot or your knee?
My everything.
Your everything. And like the lady at the bank says, down here they have a saying when somebody gets hurt kind of bad. And I was telling her that Jenny had fallen and everything. She said, "Oh no, I know she stove up." Jenny had never heard that before. And I was like, "Yeah, it just means you got hurt." So anyway, she's all better. So we were going to make the video this past Tuesday, and they're almost through with my yard. They've got the sod down and everything. The only thing they've got left to do is finish putting some of the plants in and putting Macy's fence back up. So this coming week they should be through with all of that. But I was out watering the sod and lost my footing and tripped and sprained my ankle and woke up Tuesday morning and could not walk. And I had to call her. She was coming in anyway to help me that day, but I had to call her because I couldn't walk Macy. I couldn't water the yard. I couldn't walk. And I had a little small chair in my den, and she brought me that, and I used it like a walker, you know, to get around that day. And yesterday was Wednesday, and I can walk on it now. I just can't stand on it for long periods of time. But when I have my shoes on, I still can't walk on it barefoot. But when I have my shoes on, I can walk. So all three of us are in recovery mode. So we just wanted to let you guys know where we have been and what had happened. But all three of us are recovering or recovered. And so we're going to get this video done today. And I actually was able, with her help, Tuesday to make a batch of the bread and butter pickles. And so I've got some of those that are ready because they have to sit for a couple of days before they're ready. Miss Macy's leaving us. But they have to sit for a couple of days until they're ready. So we're actually going to be trying them for the first time today when we do the taste test. And I'm going to preface this by telling y'all, Jenny hates bread and butter pickles. Absolutely hates them. However, recently she's discovered that there are a few foods that she used to hate that she likes. And, you know, that happens to all of us as we grow and everything. So she's going to do an honest-to-goodness taste test for herself. And I'm going to let you know how I feel about them because I love bread and butter pickles. And so we're going to go from there. So Miss Macy's wandering around. Jenny's getting ready to get behind the camera. And we're going to get this done and do a taste test and let you guys know how they turned out. It feels so good to be back, guys, doesn't it? So, okay, well, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, y'all, so let's get these pickles started. I used the pickling cucumbers from the grocery store. You can also use the French cucumbers, the long ones that come wrapped in the plastic. Those will work too. They just had these, so this is what I got. These are cut a little bit thicker than the way we did the other ones, but this will work too, and I'm actually kind of glad that we got these cut a little thicker. Jenny cut these up for me while I was getting ready today. And I'm actually glad that she cut them a little thicker because I'd like to see how these turn out as well. And I will do a video maybe a week or so from now, and we'll show you the results from these too. But first thing we're going to do is just pack the cucumbers and the onions in the jar. I use red onion, but you can use just plain white onions. I just like the bite that the red onion puts in it. So I choose red, but the sweet onions would work too. And also, if you don't like onions, you could totally do these leaving the onions out. We may end up with a few more cucumbers than we need, because we're still trying to figure out how many to put in each jar and how many slices and all of that. So you want to get them in the jar and kind of push them down a little bit. And I'll layer the onions with the cucumber slices, but you do you, boo-boo. If you want to put all onion on the bottom or whatever, that's going to work too. So I just try to push them down a little bit and get the jars just as full as I can without overflowing them. And so you've got that pretty pink and purpley onion with the cucumber, and I think it looks really nice. And we are going to have some left over because I decided we were going to do a half batch today because I've already got 4 jars of pickles in my oven. Now I don't have them in the oven, y'all. I have them in the refrigerator. But you know, that reminds me, I'm glad I kind of made that mistake because that reminds me too. These are refrigerator pickles, and so we're not canning them. So once they're done, you have to keep them in the refrigerator because they haven't been canned. But they will last like 2 to 2.5 months in your refrigerator once they're done and they're all brined up. So it's not like it's something that is going to go bad on you in a few days or something like that. They're going to last for a couple, 3 weeks, or a couple, 3 months, not weeks. And no, y'all, I didn't hit my head. Not that I act like it sometimes. Alright, so we're going to finish getting this jar filled up, and then I'm going to go over what we're going to use in the brine, and we're going to go over to the stove and actually make the brine to put on these. But I just wanted y'all to see how easy it is to fill these little jars up. And these are little 8-ounce jars. You can use whatever size jar you want to, like the mason jars with the 16-ounce ones, or even the big 32-ounce ones if you just want to do it all in one jar, depending on how many pickles you want and how many people you're trying to feed. But I like these little jars, and my friends like these little jars, and I'm going to be giving some of them away, so we'll go with that. Alright, so I've got my little jars filled up, and we're just going to set them over to the side. And I'm just using, I think this brand is called Pure. It is. It's Pure, P-U-R. And a lot of people use these for making jelly and stuff, and they're perfect for pickles too. But they've got the same type of lid and ring on them that the mason jars do. So that's going to work out real good for us. So I'm going to set these off to the side here. And let me just do that while I'm on camera. I'll be right back. And so now we're going to make the brine. And what we've got here is apple cider vinegar. And don't worry about the amounts because I'm going to put that all down in the description for you. But we've got apple cider vinegar. You can also use white vinegar with this. We started to make these with white vinegar because we made the other ones with apple cider. But I told Jenny I want to make the same kind that we are going to show you at the end. So we went ahead and used apple cider. But I think we are going to make another version with the white vinegar and see. I think the white version might be a little bit milder, but I won't know till I make them. So I'll keep you posted on that. So we've got apple cider vinegar, we've got monk fruit, just regular granulated monk fruit. I've got turmeric and coriander here. We've got pink salt. Oh, and let me tell you this about the salt. When you're picking the salt for your pickles, you need to either do like a pink Himalayan salt or an uniodized table salt, because if you use the iodine table salt, it can change the color and the taste of your pickles, and not in a good way. So try to do pink salt or uniodized table salt. Then we just got some water. I got some mustard seed, and we've got some celery seed here. And we're going to turn the camera off so I can get everything over by the stove. And then we're really just going to put all of this stuff in the pan and bring it to a boil, let it cool off, and then put it in the pickle jars. So we'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, so we're going to do the brine for the pickles. Now I've got my pan heating up a little bit, so we may get a little ASMR stuff going on. So there's the apple cider vinegar, then I've got a little bit of water that's going on. And this is our monk fruit. And I just use granulated monk fruit. You can use whatever sweetener you prefer. I have not tried anything other than the monk fruit yet, but I'm sure that they would all work. I don't know why they wouldn't. And we're going to bring this to a boil because we need to melt all the monk fruit in here. And then we're going to put our salt in. And putting the celery seed in. And we've got our mustard seed here. And then this is our turmeric and our coriander that's going in. And the turmeric's really just for color. If you don't like turmeric or you don't care if the pickles are in like a yellow or orange brine, you can leave it out, or you up your coriander a little bit if you want to do that too. Either way, these are your pickles, so you make them the way you like them. Alright, so I'm just stirring this up, and I'm going to let this come to a boil. And once this comes to a boil, we've got to let it cool off for about 5-6 minutes after it boils before we put it in the jars. So we'll come back after this is boiled and we've got it cooled down, and we'll fill up the jars, and then we'll open one of the ones that we made Tuesday and we'll do a taste test. Okay y'all, so the brine boiled and we've let it cool off for about 5 or 6 minutes, and now all we're going to do is pour it into these jars. And I will tell you this, that this recipe is good recipe as far as the size for 2 of these little jars, but it's going to depend on how many pickles you have in the jar, how far down they're packed, and all of that. And because this brine is still warm, you're going to get a little bit of sinking as they sit for a few minutes. So what I've been doing is just pushing them down, and I may even have to, I think I am going to have to remove one pickle here. We'll just drop it in the brine. Because you want to be able to close your jar good. And you can close them up while the brine's warm, because it's not hot now, it's just warm. But just even that warmth will make your pickles kind of shrink down in the jar a little bit. And you can either leave them like that, or you can go in and add some more in a few minutes. But I think ours are going to be good like this. And then I have gotten a little bit of brine spilled on the side of my jars, so I'm just going to wipe my jars off real good. And they can go straight into the refrigerator right after you do this step. So let me get these in the fridge, get the one out that's ready to go, and then we'll be doing a taste test, and we'll give you an honest opinion about it. Okay y'all, we're back for the taste test. It's a moment of truth. And keep in mind, Jenny doesn't like bread and butter pickles, so we shall see what she thinks. I'll let you get your portion out, and then I'll get mine, and we'll try it together.
Oh, sorry. It looks cool presentation-wise. I think it's pretty.
I agree. I like the way the red onions look in it.
Alright, I got mine.
I'm going to be bold and get 2 because I'm pretty sure I'm going to like these. I hope I do anyway. We're getting ready to find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I'll just take the whole thing.
I got to get mine on my fork too. You ready?
I don't know why I just blew on mine like it's hot.
I like them. I think the apple cider vinegar adds a pretty strong kick to this. I might, when I make them again, try it with the white vinegar and just see if they're a little milder. What do you think? You still hate them? It's okay. If you still hate them.
I don't find it nearly as bad as I was thinking. It's not as, like if I have a bread and butter pickle on a sandwich or on a hamburger or something like that, I think they're just awful. I could see me maybe eating this by itself.
Really?
Yeah,
It surprises me.
Yeah, and I like that it's nice and cold. It would be like something refreshing in the summertime. So overall, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
I think we'll take it. It's not bad from somebody that hates bread and butter pickles.
Yes,
I'm gonna take
hate them. So I think it's decent. And I think a fan of bread and butter pickles would like it. So
my opinion is, I like them. I think they're pretty good, and I would definitely eat these. I do think that the apple cider vinegar gives it a little extra, I don't even want to say kick, it's more like a tang or twang. Yeah. So if you're not really into that, you might want to try with the white vinegar. But we're going to be doing this again. We'll try this recipe again with the white vinegar and see how it works out, and we'll let you guys know what we think then. But This is the first experiment video, and it's actually an experiment video by necessity just because of everybody getting hurt. But we're all on the mend, and if you guys want to try these, I would love for you to give them a try and let me know what you think. And we'll keep working on it and see if we can't even make something that tastes even better than these. And we just appreciate you hanging out with us today. If you would, hit that like button because it does help people find my channel. And if you're interested in subscribing, I would appreciate if you do that. Because if you subscribe and you decide you don't like it, you can unsubscribe at any time. And for those of you that are subscribed and keep continually, I can't talk today, y'all, keep continually supporting me in the channel, and Miss Jenny and Miss Macy, we just appreciate it so much. And I hope that y'all have a fantastic week, and I love you. And I will see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.